Will Rachel Reeves be your Chancellor for the duration of this Parliament?
Rachel Reeves is doing a fantastic job. She has my full confidence. She has the full confidence of the entire party. She was given an incredibly challenging task at the budget because not only was the economy broken.
Have you ever felt the sting of betrayal from someone you trusted? That's exactly what Rachel Reeves might be experiencing right now. As Chancellor, she's been Starmer's right-hand woman, but loyalty in politics is a fickle thing. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. With the economy in shambles and her credibility questioned, Reeves stands on shaky ground. And just like in our personal lives, sometimes those closest to us are the first to push us under the bus when things go south. Is Starmer about to do just that?
Because as anybody who's turned around a business or organisation will know, if you're going to turn something around, you've got to take the tough decisions first. We had a £20 billion black hole and many things that had been identified for spending which didn't have any spending attached to them. So she took the tough decisions. She's right to take the tough decisions. Can't identify a tough decision, then decide to put it off for 6 months or a year. Anybody turning around a business would never do that.
When Rachel Reeves took the reins as Chancellor, she promised a golden era of economic growth and stability. But as we stand here today, it seems her economic strategy might be as solid as a house built on quicksand. The UK economy has flatlined, with zero growth in the last quarter. It's a far cry from the accelerated progress Reeves confidently assured us was just around the corner. Let's take a closer look at some of Reeves's recent budget decisions. She's managed to ruffle more than a few feathers with a whopping $25 billion tax increase on businesses. Now you might be thinking, surely that's going to help fill the government's coffers. Well, not so fast. Many experts are warning that this move could actually undermine the potential for economic growth. It's a bit like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. You might get a little out, but at what cost? One of the most controversial aspects of this tax hike is the increase in employers' national insurance by 1.2 percentage points, bringing it up to 15%. On top of that, Reeves has decided to reduce the secondary threshold for national insurance contributions from $9,100 to $5,000. It's a double whammy that's left many business owners scratching their heads and reaching for their calculators. But wait, there's more. As if things weren't precarious enough, government borrowing costs have surged to a 27-year high of 5.21%. That's higher than the rates that contributed to the downfall of Liz Truss's government. Remember that debacle? It seems Reeves might be treading dangerously close to repeating history. Now, Reeves isn't taking this criticism lying down. She's come out swinging, saying, "The challenge we face to fix our economy and properly fund our public finances after 15 years of neglect is huge. But this is only fueling our fire to deliver for working people." It's a noble sentiment, but one has to wonder if her actions match her words. The economic forecasts paint a rather grim picture. About 60% of the increased costs from Reeves's budget are expected to be passed on to employees. That's not exactly great news for the average worker. In fact, predictions suggest that a staggering 76% of workers will face lower real wages by 2026-2027. It's starting to look less like a path to prosperity and more like a road to nowhere. Critics are already sounding the alarm about a hiring recession. Businesses, feeling the weight of these new tax policies, are becoming increasingly hesitant to create new jobs. It's a bit like trying to run a marathon with lead weights strapped to your ankles. Technically possible, but not exactly conducive to breaking any records. Just when you thought Rachel Reeves's economic policies were her biggest headache, a storm of controversy is brewing on the horizon. The Labour Chancellor's carefully crafted image as a competent and trustworthy economic leader is starting to crumble, and it's not just about the numbers anymore. Reeves finds herself at the centre of a credibility crisis that threatens to derail her political career and, potentially, Labour's economic strategy. At the heart of this brewing storm is Reeves's claim of a $22 billion black hole in the budget. It's a bold statement, one that would typically send shockwaves through the financial world. There's just one problem. Labour hasn't been able to back it up with hard evidence. This isn't just a minor slip-up. It's the kind of claim that can make or break a chancellor's reputation. And right now, Reeves's reputation is taking quite a beating. But wait, there's more. As if questionable budget claims weren't enough, Reeves is now facing allegations of CV exaggeration. In the world of politics, where trust is currency, this is akin to counterfeiting. Business leaders, who were once cautiously optimistic about Reeves's leadership, are now sharpening their knives. They view this alleged embellishment as unforgivable, a cardinal sin in the world of finance and politics. It's not just about padding a resume, it's about the integrity of the person who might hold the nation's purse strings. The relationship between Reeves and the business community, once cordial if not warm, has now chilled to sub-zero temperatures. Chris Blackhurst, a keen observer of the political business nexus, notes that business leaders feel utterly betrayed. It's not just about the CV controversy, it's also about the significant tax increases Reeves imposed, which they believe are choking economic growth. It's a double whammy of personal and professional disappointment that's left the business world seething. As the pressure mounts, all eyes turn to Keir Starmer. The Labour leader, known for his calculated approach, is reportedly keeping a close watch on the situation. Insiders whisper that Starmer possesses a ruthless streak, one that could see Reeves unceremoniously removed if the credibility crisis deepens. It's a political chess game, and Reeves might just be the sacrificial pawn. The severity of Reeves' predicament is perhaps best summed up by Kelvin Mackenzie's scathing assessment. Whatever little credibility Rachel Reeves had has now melted away as ice does after a cold spell. It's a chilling metaphor that perfectly captures the rapid erosion of trust in Reeves' leadership. As the economic storm clouds gather over Rachel Reeves' political future, Keir Starmer's loyalty is being put to the test. The Labour leader has pointedly refused to guarantee Reeves' position as Chancellor until the next election, a move that set tongues wagging in Westminster. With whispers of Pat McFadden waiting in the wings as a potential replacement, the pressure on Reeves is mounting faster than the UK's borrowing costs. History isn't on Reeves's side either. The political graveyard is littered with the careers of chancellors who've been axed during economic crises. Remember Kwasi Kwarteng? His ill-fated budget decisions under Liz Truss led to a spectacular loss of confidence, and ultimately, Truss's own resignation. It's a stark reminder that in politics, today's rising star can quickly become tomorrow's cautionary tale. As the UK's economic challenges continue to pile up, one thing is crystal clear. The stakes for both Reeves and Starmer couldn't be higher. Will Starmer stand by his embattled Chancellor, or will he prove that in the cutthroat world of politics, loyalty is as fragile as the economy Reeves claims to be fixing? The coming weeks will be crucial, and all eyes will be on Starmer to see if he's willing to weather this storm or if he'll throw Reeves under the proverbial bus.